Okay, so you guys might think that some of this stuff I'm talking about, regarding Megan, Intel, shit like that, and police state bullshit. I know you guys are thinking, well, okay, so she's finally gone off the deep end. She's finally gone, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't think so because I'm old enough. Still a boomer. I'm late tier boomer. Okay. Um, I'm like 2 years away from the official end of boomerism, but I wasn't just some boomer kid in the burbs. I was in Milwaukee, which was a major Rust Belt city up until fairly recently, most of the century. Okay, so I have a lot of experience. I've been around a bit. Um, I don't mean sexually, promiscuity, like been around, like no, I mean like yeah, like I've seen things, and after 9/11, yeah, you started that new layer of security, okay, quite large, and that's when the Department of Homeland Security was created. That is when the TSA was created, okay, so I think Great Britain already had that shit in place. I think, no offense to anyone, I think a testing ground was in Northern Ireland. I have been to Northern Ireland, and would I go back there for a vacation? Yes, I would. And if it changed drastically where I stayed, okay, then I'd say, okay, this has changed. Um, I was there 15 years ago, perhaps, and it was pretty. And I went in the off season though, so uh, but actually I have been there 4 times, maybe. The first time in 2000. So I'm not knocking Northern Ireland. What I'm saying is it's it, it's at one point before 9/11, say, or in the 70s or 80s, it was the most heavily surveilled state in the world. Belfast, I'm sorry. And this IRA shit in the 70s, and that is why I think the Diana wedding was such a big deal, because it was a bad period of time and things were turning around. I don't just mean in Great Britain, because you had what, the Big Bang, the big, oh god, I don't know. I worked at the brokerage firm, and it was always on that. We used to, pre internet shit, and we had a word processor and we had computers, but I'm talking. Um, okay, and well, yeah, I mean there were trading computers. Okay, but it always was talking about the boom going on in London at the time. Please see Nigel Farage and his resume, beginning as a metals trader or a commodities trader, I believe. Uh, Solo, uh, sort of a self-employed person. These people were coming out, and okay, so things had changed. There was a shift from being a complete socialist national industry state to being a Thatcher trying to turn it around into a free market capitalist type economy. And there was a shift, People were able to buy shares in British Telecom, things like this. People were able to buy their own council homes and things like this. Now, I don't live there, but I know that history. I have not lived it. A lot of people have slammed that period because it hurt them personally, but that's what I know about it. Okay. I mean, I know more than that from watching videos and from being there, like many times. Um, like 10-ish, 9-ish, more, something like that. And I'm damn well glad that I did it when I was younger, because now, I mean, I still could make it. I would just need probably resting days in between where I didn't do too much. But I mean, I could do it. Not too much stops me if I have my head on the right way. Okay, you know what I mean. If I have my mind made up to do it. So yeah, I do believe that things started turning around in 2001, and I believe that after Obama put through the National Defense Authorization Act of 2011, or excuse me, I'm sorry, 2013, with NSA spying that came into 2012, with NSA spying that went into effect in 2013, and everybody was in an uproar over it on the alt media sites, which were hard to find videos and shit like that. I mean, you had to know. Well, actually, no, it wasn't, because YouTube was still free, but it was just kind of growing, right? So it wasn't what it was during when I was into it from 2014, and then in 2019 or 2018 at the end of the year, whatever. Uh, Google bought it, and it's shit. Anybody that was a YouTuber knows it's shit. It used to take me 2 minutes to load a video. Now I have to go through and check all these boxes, or they're going to use all my information and mix it and do their own little curated mix of my material. Fuck that. No way. They might even do that with some of this shit now. I don't have an option to not do that on the Some Girls channel. It's automatically built in. All right, so there you go. There's that. Now, so I noticed that it stepped up. And Obama just kept going with these wars and country overthrows. I mean, with Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State, I mean, they overtook everything. And at the time, you're going, okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh, this doesn't sound right. Benghazi? Oh, what's going on here? This seems more like a human sacrifice of a man, actually, that was trying to cover, that they thought was going to expose a weapons smuggling deal. Well, now it's just out in the open. Trump comes, says, hey, I'm going to give weapons to the CIA, and they're going to funnel it to, uh, you know, European countries so they can go in and do their thing in Ukraine. I'm thinking, what? Did you know that? Yes, that is happening. I was listening to, again, Judge Napolitano, very mainstream guy. Used to be on Fox Business. That would be the equivalent of Sky News Business if there is one. Okay? I mean, this is not coming from some conspiracy site. It's pretty well out in the open if you're watching these programs that give you alternative information. So yeah, so would that make the CIA would be trying to do a couple of different government overthrows? If okay, well, let's just put that on the shelf. Okay, so Meghan Markle was in Argentina. I was listening, I was doing something else, and I didn't have my speakers on. So yeah, she was an intern at the U.S. Embassy. Part of her resume was revealed during an interview with Marie Claire. Yeah, part of it. We know the whole resume, okay? All right. I don't need her Megan's Wikipedia page. like I said, or maybe I didn't say it, trying to find her wedding on YouTube. Well, actually, I did a search on Yandex. It was a bitch. It wasn't just, oh, I think I'll look for this and pull it up. Um, Vice had it, of all places. But if I would have reposted a Vice video, it would have been blacked out. Would have been banned. So I did the WAPO one, but it was hard to. I had to go through. I mean, yeah, it did come up at the top of the search, but I thought, well, let me find something other than WAPO. And those are gone. Those have been scrubbed. Indeed. All right. So she was in Argentina. This goes back to my PSYOP thing. All right. So she should have been able to pass a test with a degree from Northwestern in foreign relations. She could not pass that test to become a, quote, diplomat, end quote. I don't fucking think so. All right. Are these fans drowning out my voice? I have a feeling they might be. Let me turn one of them off. It just feels so good on me. Okay. Yeah. We have a weird weather pattern going through here, and it's sort of made me physically sick, if you can believe that. It's 70 right now, but there is a 100% humidity, and it smells like sulfur, which is Bill Gates' thing. Okay. Okay. All right, this is going to be weird. Israel is sending people to Argentina. Wait a minute. I got to word this properly. It has to be simple, but spelled properly anyway. Oh my God. All right. Okay, I think that big fan behind me. Why is Argentina becoming a great friend of Israel? Okay, so that's sort of, and it's no offense to Israel or anyone that supports it or anything like that. I'm not trying to bash it. But there is a lot of Mossad MI6 or shit going on. Okay, let's not talk about that. I mean, that whole thing in Syria, that guy being Al Qaeda and now being president, red flags. Just saying, red flags. How is real security armed Argentina during the Falkland War? Um, um, well, this is old, but the Argentina-Israel relationship was negatively affected by the Eichmann operation in 1960. No, not that. Israel is sending. No, that's not what I'm asking. Okay, that's not what I'm. All right. Okay, here we go. Everything's in the vein of terrorism, but I think it's more like government overthrow and empire right now. But this has been an operations place for a long time. A long time. It has nothing to do with Israel. That's not what I'm okay. Um, I am not trying to bash anyone. I want to keep repeating myself. Oh, no, no, no. Oh my God, that's not what I sent people sent to Argentina. Let's try this, which means CIA. You don't just pluck people and send them out of the country. I'm not doing this right. I'm not even spelling it right. What the, yeah, okay. Hmm. An Argentine court revealed a legal case against so and so accused of war times, war crimes during the Gaza war. That doesn't sound right. No, I guess a complaint was filed in Argentina on Tuesday by the Hind Raj, whatever, Foundation, claiming an IDF soldier visiting the country committed war crimes. I think there's more to that. All right, there's one. Um, okay, so apparently war criminals from World War II were sent there. Okay, so it has a history of weird connections. Israel soldier flees to Argentina to avoid Brazilian arrests. What's going on there? Israeli soldier accused of war crimes smuggled out of Brazil, but okay, so there's something going on here, and I got to get out of this because I don't want you guys to constantly. I am again. I'm repeating myself 100 times here. I'm not trying to bash that country. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. What I'm saying is, so Nazis were apparently sent there after World War II. Okay. Apparently, one IDF soldier was found smuggled in from Brazil, but I have heard there are more than that. And Milei, the president there right now, is giving them, well, something's going on. Now, I think I heard that from an actual diplomat. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I only listened to a couple of Judge Knapp videos this week because I don't like Aaron Mate or what's his name? Dan Blumenthal or whatever. Oh, Max. Ugh, no. Oh my God, no. No thanks. Because they clench their fists. They clench their jaw when they speak. So it sounds like this. They're really good at it because they do this now because this is the latest thing when you talk is you clench your fist. You clench your jaw, right? And you keep it clenched. I can't stand that. Have you noticed that? And they use is when it should be were, or was. The grammar is bad. It just is annoying. But that's the trend right now. Well, I want to read your comments here. And I'm going to close this one out, this short one. So Mika Matina lives, I don't know who that is, Ghislaine Maxwell's sister. And she links to a YouTube site. Okay. I'm not going on a YouTube channel unless you tell me who, what, or whatever it is. Oh, I've heard that. I believe I've heard about her already. Nothing that interests me. But if there was no, she's talking about Trump or something. That's all. This is the latest now. They've been trying to get something on Trump, but with AI and with Musk pissed off at Trump, could his voice and or body be patched into something or put in flight logs, manipulated? Oh, you better believe it, because you know who is all over that? Listen to my other video or whatever I put up with Jeffrey's recording. I believe it to be her. No one's covering that though, because the name Obama is on there. He liked the little boys. That was all over the WikiLeaks stuff. The Podesta stuff. Holy shit! Trump is being threatened. He's being blackmailed. He could redact that shit. And what's going on right now is something very weird, and I don't like it. And I am so pissed off. Um, there was a reason why people talked about that. I think it's just diverting the attention from what I'm talking about right now. Okay, I agree with you that Megan is using bots for Sussex Squad. Oh, and bots are all over the internet. I don't remember saying that, but okay. All of the responses sound the same. Well, there you go. Okay. They are mean, vindictive, angry, and vulgar. Well, that's Megan, though, right? Because she was kind of, she's sort of a limited hangout. You know what I'm saying? She's a limited hangout. And that's exactly what they put her in there for. A limited hangout for what? Loose lips, sink ships, Megan. Right? Okay, let's keep going. Amber. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to the video. I've already heard that different Epstein's brother, Ghislaine Maxwell's sister. I don't give a shit about. I'll make my own opinion up. But no, thanks for stopping by and putting a comment up. No one else does. I agree with you that Sparkles is using, okay, we are like, as if they're coming from one person. Yeah. She is too busy running her accounts that she has little time to do anything noteworthy. She's not doing that. Somebody else is. She's not sitting around doing anything. She's not, too lazy. She's too lazy to do shit. Amber, 7384. Whole thing is a sham. I don't think these people are related. Meaning, oh, I do. Director of photography's family has a whole photo album of people not looking at the camera. Yeah. And they're all photoshopped. They're all cut and paste. There was a lady on here who said Doria and Megan are related, but not mom and daughter. I don't believe that. They do look alike. Megan's had so much plastic surgery, you can't tell. I don't know who the lady you're talking about is, honey, in 2018. I would have picked up on that shit. No, they look alike. But, I mean, haven't we said that her mother is fishy? I mean, have we not already established that something was up with her? And she was weird as fuck. And she was sitting up at the Invictus Games in some viewing booth, forcing, and Sparkles was directing all her people to get the right shots and all that shit to make it look like there was this huge romantic thing going on between her and Harry. I think she drugged him at that wedding on that, wherever the island was, Jamaica or whatever. It wasn't Jamaica. I can't remember. Because I felt like fainting all day, and now I have some energy, but I was outside. So I don't believe that, hun. And they aren't black. Yeah. Megan puts black dye in her hair and she wears black extensions. She dyed her hair jet black after she started dating Harry. That was her look for that group. I didn't think she was black. My mom watched every single episode of Suits. Said I didn't know she was mixed race until it came out. She used to lighten her hair. So no, I don't agree with you, Amber. But that's, because, you guys all have cognitive dissonance. You try laying in a hospital bed and watching people and doing body, just watch their behavior. And at first you're in there, you're freaking out. And then after a while, you kind of know what to do to get them to do what you need them to do. But when a doctor comes up to me and tells me that he can't do something for me because an epic program and the government has told him he can't, I went ape shit. Well, no, I didn't go ape shit. I said, well, you tell that to the president and his son, who was, you don't just leave someone in agony without water, without food. Oh, was I treated like crap? Nursing? I don't believe that. It should not be called that. It should just be called technician. Tech. Fox Club, prayers for you and the loss of your mom. You've had some difficult things in a short time. Always like your take. Thank you. Very much appreciated, my love. Let's see. Sorry for the loss of your mom. Well, it's not health issues. It's orthopedic issues. I hope it doesn't turn into something worse. No, I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to my trip to NYC at the beginning of August. Had some very strange things happening to me personally. The U.S. mail no longer delivers mail, apparently. Um, I went to a delivery annex that used to be a post office that's in the hood because that's where I have to go. And I was informed this was yesterday, and by the end of the night, I almost passed out. I was so pissed off. And plus, I was doing laundry, going up and down the stairs. It was 100 degrees out. I'm running around. And I was told by a woman that worked there who should have been in uniform that just was wearing some blouse. I said, well, I don't believe it. Can you check again? Because I have packages missing. I have letters missing. This is at the end of this week, it'll be week 3. I've gotten mail one day in 2.5 weeks. You want to know what I was told? Well, we're not coming to your building to give the mail anymore. We don't have a key. So we're just not coming in there. But they took a package sent from my pharmacy to me. They took it. They stole it. They claimed they left that in the opening lobby. I'm like, no, you didn't. You took it. It was on a Monday. It was after the 4th of July weekend. Fuck you. I know you stole it. Like, if I talk like that to them, they'd call the cops on me right away. But I'm calling my doctor. I'm freaked out. Yeah. So they just aren't coming to the building. I'm like, well, can't you set up like a box? If you're leaving packages that are that you can tell are medications. I have had so much stuff stolen from me since the beginning of July. I put up a huge note. Did anyone take this package up by accident? If so, can you please return it? I left it up for 2 days because I didn't want to become too obnoxious. Okay. So thanks a lot for saying that. Australia has seen a record number of Indian and Chinese immigration. We have a cost of living crisis and also a housing shortage. Meanwhile, second record immigration in the last few years, but not seen since the gold rush in 1800. What's that about? Yeah, I did read that you also have an economic boom right now. I saw that um, SM Jill. Um, and there are things going on in Australia right now that I picked up on some of my Twitter feeds. Something about your economy is at an all-time high. Um, yeah, uh, I've heard that. I don't know. What else? I know that you guys were living in a police state during COVID, weren't you? Yeah, I know that. I couldn't believe it. It was I had I couldn't stand it here. And when I heard what was going on there, I thought, oh my God. Okay. Oh, I know you took Craze down. No, it's still up. I just changed the name. No, I did not. Ah, ah, no. Uh, no. No, no, no. It's Urban Myth. I don't, let's find it. Oh, shitski. Cindy01. Okay. Yeah, she comments on here a lot. It's right here. It's at the Urban Myth 1. Okay, you see it? It's right there. I think there's a space between the 1 and the H. Isn't there? Yeah. Looks that way, doesn't it? Yeah. No, it's. I think. Let's double check. Yeah, I think I'm going mental here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't spell anymore either, apparently. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I think I posted there today. I don't know. Oh, oh no! Oh, not this! Oh, no. All right, well, let's keep going. Can I do anything here? Okay. To make computer faster, you don't have so many tabs open. I mean, please don't tell me what to do. Sorry if you don't like that. It doesn't have anything to do with tabs. It has to do with the technology I have available to me, which is done by zip code in this city. Or I'd have to pay more. And I'm talking, because when I was in the hospital, they cut the lines out. They cut the cables in back. So they restrict my plan now. I am not joking. I was gone for 9 months. I thought I paid the bill. You, you don't know what that's like, dear. But thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. But, okay. It's at Okay, that should do it, right? Okay, I think so. Uh, okay. It's not for everyone. is from the very beginning. Was all theater lies and cover-ups. All of them are connected. No, they're not connected to acting and drama. This is the British royal family we're talking about, and the U.S. government in a place crawling with CIA operatives, spooks. And if the CIA is there, so are all the other groups. But I appreciate you stopping by the channel, and God bless you. Um, but it, now what? Oh my God! Can we just go back to the comments here? Uh, well, I guess that's not it. Um, you know, ah, oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, whatever. Now there's more. Do you have any open? A lot of open pages. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I know there's many tabs open, and I go to a lot of them. Okay. I'm sorry to hear of your loss. Sending my condolences. Oh my God. Thank you. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I just am like, okay. I, well, there was too much weird shit going on there, and I'm focusing on that right now, and I'm still waiting for the final autopsy because I only have the prelim report right now. You fucking better believe I did an autopsy. $5,500. A private doctor in an office in a very obscure place about 40 to 50 miles north of the city. You damn fucking right I did. And it was in language I could fucking understand. She had one tumor that was taking up 95% of her liver. I want you guys to think about it. And that was just one. Um, it is so hard to go through that I can't even talk to my brother about it. I haven't been able to really talk about it at all. I'm still trying to process it. She was having CT scans taken and they never picked up on it, like frequently. She was being seen by an oncologist one time a week for chemo and infusion treatments and was being charged $31,000 once a week. And her insurance was paying it. And my brother just freaked out and paid a bill for $119. I said, "What the hell are you paying that bill for?" "No, I just want to get it out of the way." I said, "No, you don't. We have a lot of money left over in her." I shouldn't talk about this. I don't want to talk about it. But we're paying for it. It's her. Huh, I I have an estate. I've always been open about that. But I'm tight with my money too. Right now I am. We'll leave it there. I don't even bother commenting on that. I, I you know, can you post other links? Yeah, I can. Here we go. Here it is. Um, it's right here. It exists. Let's see. Here it is. Trolling a bit. There are an entire 139 subscribers. I'm completely suppressed. Um, so here it is. Oh God, no! I don't want fucking shit. Oh my God. I'm using an old Chromebook right now in case you're wondering. It's right here. This channel's content contains my views and opinions only. Your comments are okay. So here we've got the Virginia with the Epstein. MAGA is dead. And we've got this thingamabob going on. It's a Mean Girls video. I didn't put it up on the other channel. Okay. So we'll go back. So it does exist. It's right here. Um, and yeah, I have that recording of Virginia up there. And by the way, if ah, ah, oh, this is hilarious. Here it is. By the way, Tom Markle apparently moved somewhere to Malaysia or some shit. What's going on with that? Oh, oh my God. Okay. Let's do this. Crepes. Ah, ah. This is so hilarious. What did he move to Singapore or something? To Asia. Right? Somewhere in Asia. He's. Where is the guy right now? Ah, ah, ah. I'm sorry if this isn't fast enough for you. He's in Southeast Asia. Where? Hey, by the way, I was right. That Samantha Markle lawsuit never went anywhere. The judge dismissed it. What did I tell you? Yeah, I said Sammy Joe is going nowhere. But the white YouTubers were just like, and finally, Samantha, Sammy Joe, or her actual name is Yvonne. She's gonna have her day in court. Yvonne, excuse me. Yeah. Shut up, some girls. You're stupid. And I said, that's never gonna go anywhere. I showed you a picture of the judge. I said, are you out of your mind? Of course it was dismissed. Okay. Now, I remember this huge spiel where Gordon Markle, Rita Sanders. That just sounds Gordon Markle, Rita Sanders. Okay. Okay, so she filed a lawsuit. It never went anywhere, please. He said he was moving. A Chicago Midwest Emmy Award for working on the television Made in Chicago in 1975. Straight out of... Actually, in 75, I don't think it was too bad. Things have amped up since then. Like I said, after 9/11 and then after Obama. Obama was the CIA cutout himself. We all know that. If you don't think that, well, if you're a supporter, by now you should be awake. I follow and watch YouTube channels of leftist people. And I'm not a leftist. But they have some, halfway decent perspective on some shit. The latest was Garland Nixon, who opened my eyes. And he's a Democrat. He's a Democrat voter. I think he will vote actually for the best candidate, though. Um, and he did some very simple research on that candidate in New York, and he said it's CIA. I did a video on the urban myth. I believe it's the one with Virginia Giuffre. It's at the end of it. He looked up his background. It was quite simple. He totally exposed it. And he's on that and that left spectrum. He admits it. But he's mainly talking about geopolitical stuff. And it's really interesting. Then all of a sudden he said, one more thing I wanted to touch on. That Zoran guy, his wife was anti-Assad, pro-Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda was made by the CIA, and they put a cutout in, and now Israel is calling for his death as of a post I saw on X today. Do you understand what's going on? They also wanted Saddam Hussein dead. Saddam Hussein was working with the United States of America against the Soviet Union in Afghanistan in the 80s. Do you guys get this? Please. I'm sorry to make this political. I don't normally post political shit here. Let's go back to Tom Bauer, or Tom, you know. He's in search of a quieter life among kinder people. I mean, what the fuck? Actually, Tom would like Milwaukee because it's where I live. It's completely on his. I don't think he'd be able to. Well, he would be able to afford. Right now, I was thinking to myself, this is really weird. I was thinking a few days ago that for me, well, if I didn't have to have, an operation on my pelvic area, my iliac crest, my pubis ramus, and my acetabulum, my hip. I'm seeing a reconstructive surgery in New York City. I'm going there for extra days for me, and I'm bringing my brother. And when the two of us are together, holy crap! We went out to an appointment with my attorney last week. And he was, I can't even talk about it. I hired the worst attorney ever. And now I've got to look for someone else, but I haven't done that. I haven't cut ties with him yet. Okay. I can't talk about that on this channel. I can't talk about this. Okay, whatever. I didn't say that. Okay. So we went to this. I live in actually a very cool neighborhood. Okay. And I know I've said that a lot. It is. And so there is, within walking distance, for me, even on crutches. But we drove because he thinks I can't walk on crutches. Either that or he's embarrassed to walk down the street with me. I doubt that. So we're both kind of dressed up a little bit. We both had looked professional, and thought we were going into a professional meeting, but he has kind of a bad. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're not talking about that. I just Okay, we're not talking about that. I apologize. I can't talk about certain things. And so we went. I said, well, let's just stop off there and have a drink. And I know you have to go because you had plans. And there was a happy hour going on, and there was an outdoor. What do I want to say? An outdoor deck that is usually really dead, and we were the only people there. And we walked in, and then the place filled up as we sat there. 3:30, 4 o'clock. their happy hour starts. And my brother gave me a bunch of cash that people gave him at my mom's funeral. Okay. I just did, no. And I said, well, they want it donated. So I did send a bunch of it off um, to my favorite religious Catholic charity, which is called the Fatima Center. And they have a YouTube channel, and it's good. If you're Catholic, your jaw will drop on some of this shit. It goes back to the papacy of Pope Paul. But a lot of you aren't that old. And when the two of us get together, it's like, whoo. It's loud, it's boisterous, and it's insane. And it's all hilarious. So we're going to New York. And I was making sure some of the places I've been to before were still there. When I went with my friend that worked for Radio City Music Hall. So I will be there, and I will be seeing the surgeon then. So I told him, I said, I'm going to have to play it low before we go there. So I'm leaving 2 days before the appointment. Because it's just it's so crazy. It's I mean, in a good way. I mean, it's just okay. So that we will maybe check in, but okay. I have no idea what I was just talking about, but Tom Markle, I thought he was moving to Singapore. Um, I mean, I thought, what is it, Singapore or something? I mean, he's not even living in the U.S. Oh, he's in the Philippines. You gotta be kidding. What is this shit? Ah, this is delish. This is from a month and a half ago. Would you please go away? All right. Meghan Markle's dad, Thomas, struggling. So anyway, the other day I was thinking I had this extra money, I'd be really able to live great in Mexico. That's right. Because however you take the way that place looked, I don't know. I don't know why he's leaving. Trump is doing everything Biden did. What's the point? Oh my God. We have a Republican president. I'm going to have to go. I mean, that's just juvenile. But he wasn't living here anyway. That's what I'm saying. These are all red flags for me. All right, let's go. Okay. He's struggling after move to Philippines. It's been hard. Okay. That's nice. I don't want to know about it. You know, Markle has found it difficult to settle into his new life. In the Philippines, the Post can reveal. Here he is at his personal best. And you can see why Meghan wanted to get. What is going on with these people? I'm telling you, there is something wrong with this. The retired TV lighting director, 80, who had previously lived in a cliffside property near the U.S. border in Rosarito, Mexico, for over a decade. Oh, over a decade. Okay. So it sounds to me like he moved there when things were kind of crashing here, actually. And that would be things crashed big time by the time 2013, 14 rolled around. For everyone I know, he's a boomer, isn't he? An 80-year-old guy? No, he's not. Okay, he's older than that. I think Megan might be one. No, she's not. I'm just kidding. All right. The retired TV lighting. Okay, we already said that. Moved to the other side of the world earlier this year in a desperate bid to start afresh. Why? His son and the Suits alum half brother Thomas Jr. 58 relocated with him. Now, let's talk about that for 1 second. 58. Okay. So he's just over the boomer line. I wanted to tell you that I've got this cable I have. Now we have different packages. And I told you what happened to me, and I told you, wow, just because I got disconnected, you guys won't. And then my zip code, which is in a good area, but they go by address. I can't figure it out. When I lived in the high rise, I got something totally different. When I was living up north, I was told this is the only plan I can have, and it's connected to the police department. I said, what? I said, I don't want it to be. Well, sorry, it is. I'm like, oh my God. I said, just install it. I couldn't understand the dude. He spoke at Hmong or something, and I'm like, ugh. All right, let's not get into that. His son and the Suits alone. Okay, what I wanted to say is that this Suits show is right now on cable, even on the, if I didn't have cable channels, like you'd get a little antenna and put it up or something. On the basic pack, it's all over. Every time you know what, I watch TV about 2 hours a day. I stream. And it's always Friends or Seinfeld episodes, maybe because they discontinued a lot of my channels. I said, what is this? I called up and I said, what's going on? And I wanted to get the faster internet package. I wanted to do A, B, C, D, E. And they said, well, if you do that, it's going to change your pricing. I said, just forget it. And it goes out all the time, by the way. And then I call up Spectrum, and they say to me that, yeah, it's going to be out for, maybe it'll be back on at 6 o'clock or 10:30 tomorrow morning. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's midnight here. Yeah, I know. I said, well, I want a credit for this. So if it's, this has happened to me 3 times this summer. Oh, yeah, it's out. Yeah, they're working on some lines. Oh, no. I'm in a huge neighborhood with thousands and thousands of people. Okay. I said, you're kidding. No. I said, well, I would like to apply for a credit. Okay. Well, we'll see if you can get one. And then they send a text. Yeah, we're going to give you, 10 hours of credit. Okay, thanks. Really, it's ridiculous. So all over, though, on all these multiple channels that are all owned by NBC, Disney, blah, 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 the usual suspects, is the show Suits. So she's getting royalties almost as if it was like an episode of, but it wasn't a popular show. It was popular with people that were in their 80s. I was listening to a host that I won't listen to anymore because he's decrepit. I won't even say his name. I mean, he used to be the go-to. I've done many of videos that I aired his audio, and oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, he's over. He's done. He got flipped and got spooked out. And does a horrible show now, and I mean, it's just so boring. It's like, oh my god, I mean, can I take a no dose for this? And he's like, oh, I really think Suits is a good show, and I like Meghan Markle, and she got away from the royal family. I'm like, okay, well now I know what I'm dealing with here. But anyway, okay. So she's getting royalties all over Spectrum cable, which Spectrum is like big in California, but I can't pay more than, I mean, I'm paying $200 a month for this shit. I'm not paying any more for that. And I'm not, I can't, we don't have lines in a 125-year-old building. The cables are outside. I don't know how they make it in here, but they do. And they're all rigged up somehow. And I don't know how they rigged this up. The lines aren't like in the basement or whatever. They're outside, and they cut them off. Somebody moved out, and they forgot to disconnect the cable, and there are like cable lines just laying in my backyard, which is really nice, by the way. It looks like a little countryside garden somewhere. It's with the ivy and flowers. It's just, oh, I just love it. So that's what I'm saying. It's cool. It's hip, it's quiet. You go out there and you can kind of sit in a corner and no one will even see you from the street. Um, I just usually carry my knife out there just in case. Just, I don't know, something. I don't think anything's going to happen. But the whole thing walking through here is just like so. It's an older building neighborhood, and it is like the structures and the architecture are so cool, but it gets so utterly incredibly hot during the summer. It is really difficult. That's the only downfall. But Suits is on all the time. I could probably find an episode of it right now. It was on, like I said, the regular Milwaukee stupid boring network channels. So here he is. Um, at his personal best. Meghan Markle's estranged father has found it difficult to settle into his new life. Thomas Sr. had set up a camp in the densely populated island of Cebu. Oh, I heard about that from watching 90 Day Fiancé. It's supposed to be nice, isn't it? I don't know. He seems to go to weird places. Doesn't the U.S. military have a base there? I don't know. They might. I don't know. By the way, AOC is a liar too. I just opened my second beer. Thomas Sr. set up a camp on the densely populated island of Cebu in the Philippines, moving into a $670 per month high-rise apartment shortly after staying in a nearby 3-star hotel on the island. Okay, that's extremely cheap because a high-rise apartment here would cost, depending upon what it is, it would be about $2,000 to $3,000, depending upon where you are in the high-rise. The higher the floor, the more, on a one bedroom. So I don't know. A 3-star hotel. However, the move has proven to be more challenging than expected. He'll be back. Watch. With insiders telling the Post that significant differences in climate, language, and lifestyle have made it difficult to get acclimated. I don't think that was spelled properly. It might be. Maybe the new spelling. Thomas and his son took the plunge and moved to Southeast Asia, a source tells the Post. It's been hard, but they have each other. Oh, well, thank God. The Insider added the father-son duo. Okay, hang on. Only. Okay, never mind. Only recently moved into their new abode. So that was at the beginning of June. Okay, all right. Summer temperatures on Cebu Island can range from 80 to 100 degrees and humidity levels. That is what we have here, making him to adjust swiftly. Well, yeah, he was out west and now he's in the humid zone. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I couldn't believe how much I perspired yesterday, and I don't normally. Wow, is all I can say. Um, Hold on a minute. I just did I spill something? Yes, I did. I did just spill something. I've got to wake this up. So we'll keep going here. Ah, huge bummer for me. Just a glass of water. Let me get this quickly. All right. Well, that's a bummer, but it's the way it goes. Okay. You guys are probably tuning out now and telling me not to fill my water on it. All right. Let me just grab this. Yeah. Okay, so are we finished with that? No. I apologize. I had to spill some water and it got on my little cutting board that I'm going to make, I don't know, have some of my organic bread. I'm only doing organic, so that's that. All right. Um, okay, so half of the U.S. is under 80 to 100 with humidity at 90. Believe me, we're just in a slight cooling off period right now. It is HE double toothpicks. But it looks like the younger guy that is almost the spitting image of Tom himself, is dating a woman who's appears to be about 13 to 14 years old. But that's okay because she has tats and she's eating well. Junior is feeding her. Holy crap. Oh, not this. Do we need more of these photos? They're standing under a tree. Instead of shade, it's daylight. Densely populated. Looks pretty normal. That looks densely populated. And like a shithole, really. His new home sits on a whooping 7,257 miles away from his estranged daughter and her family. Well, okay. Thanks for giving us that number. It's exact. It's 7,000. What is this again? 7,257 miles. Exactly. Thomas Sr. is yet to meet his granddaughter. This is supposed to be a picture. Another mannequin picture. Oh, come. Now, this is too much. Oh, come on. She released this picture. You can you can see he now has black hair. You can see. Oh, this is on her Instagram. Oh, 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 oh no. Oh, oh, oh man, this just never stops, does it? Okay, I don't even know what to do with that. Oh no, I have to look at. Okay, Tom's relationship became strained. There are only two types of weather in Cebu: hot and humid and raining. And that sucks. It's brutal even for men half his age, but it's still sad to see him looking as though he's struggling. Has he ever looked anything other than that? How does a man go from a life changing stroke 3 years ago and he's going to die? Megan needs to see him. He's dying of a stroke. Here's an oxygen mask that's not hooked up to anything. Come on, girls, you're smarter than that. Please. I've never seen him not look like he's struggling. The regional Emmy winner, oh yeah, has relied on the help of a cane to help navigate the area's uneven roads. It's probably a walking stick. Why am I so mean? I don't know. You're 80 years old, you weigh 500 pounds, you need a cane, right? I mean, everybody else looks okay. This person's wearing long sleeves, so I don't know. Markle Sr. set up camp. Okay, we already saw that. Appears there is no love lost, as Tom Sr. hasn't had any contact with it, so it becomes about her again. Okay. Their relationship became severely strained. Okay. As ever. So it becomes a plug for Megan's uh, company that no one has any interest into at all. Prior to moving abroad, he teased he was interested in exploring his options. A place of culture and beauty. I am ready for a change. I felt stuck in a rut. I'm ready to meet new people, but it doesn't mention the stroke he had, how he's recovering from it, what his success has been. A person that age that is that overweight doesn't recover 2 years in 2 or 3 years, 2.5 years from a life changing stroke, as we were told. And it was very serious. He was going to die, but he was hospitalized for 2 days, probably with an anxiety attack. Oh, and by the way, he was supposed to board the plane to go to Great Britain with Dan Wooten and Lady C, and was talking about how he was going to wanted to go on a horse ride with Charles and Camilla. This was before the Queen died. And how he wanted to get to know his in-laws. Is that what you call it? I don't know. And how he was just a country boy at heart and was basically hoping to go on some riding expedition with Charles and Camilla. I mean, like a horse would, like he'd be, how would he get on a horse? Something like that. I mean, it was far-fetched. And then, oh my God, he's sick again. Right before Megan's wedding, holy shit. She's holding the weight of these two kids on two toes that have bunions. No, she needs an osteotomy on that foot. He's been continuously expressing interest in meeting his grandchildren. I mean, yeah, it's not going to happen because they don't exist. Do you get that? Do you fucking get that? His pleas have been met with silence. That's nice. After facing health woes in recent years, well, we all have, haven't we? He made a deathbed plea. You don't go to a place with 100-degree heat and 90% humidity if you're on your deathbed with respiratory issues and weight issues. The yeah, this dude is nuts. Oh my god! To his daughter in April 2023. That's 2023. It's 2025. So he was on his deathbed. But we see more Megan promotion. And, it got clicks with copyrights to her pictures. This is so heavily photos. Look at the makeup and the implants. That almost looks like CGI. And it probably is. I'm not running away. I am going in search of a more positive life. So he goes to the Philippines to live? Oof, I don't know. Every day I see something about Megan. I wish her no ill will. I don't see something about Megan. You have to look for it. My dream is one day I could bring my whole family together like a normal family. Oh, for God's sakes. Surely here are the comments, in the multi-roomed mansion she could find a spot. Her father isn't ailing. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. Same crap, different day. Her father isn't ailing, Sandra Arno. There are no kids, and her mansion probably for 14 mil in California is kind of right now. A shithole house in the city of Milwaukee is going for 500. I'm talking about a place the size of my apartment, an 1,100 square foot ranch. The market is highly overinflated. It has been for a while. Whenever she does a video, she does it on someone else's property because I believe hers probably might have landscaping done, but I don't believe the whole place is finished. It probably just has about a lot of junk and damage and shit. I don't know how she affords the electric bill, the taxes. There's also something called the mansion tax in California. No. I don't believe that. I seriously believe she might be like running on problems with her mortgage and shit. And she's now being promoted on Spectrum Cable all over the place. There's a running of suits going on. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Who's watching this crap? Some bored old 80-year-old woman in a nursing home. All right. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay. Oop, oop, oop. What did I do? What did I do, baby? See if we can stop.